Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 24 with the Boston Red Sox. This is our draft to glory. And we made it a little closer this past season, but could not finish things off. We made it to the American League Championship Series where we lost in 7 games. We had a 3-1 lead in the series. We lost to the White Sox. The White Sox went on to sweep the Cubs. But the improvement continues to be there. We continue to get better. My only concern now is, we're 7 seasons into this, and some of our kind of staples starting to get a little bit older. Rafi's 34 years old. Cassius is 30. So even Marcelo Meyer's 27 already. So we got to do it here soon, or it's going to be a bit of a problem. We do have to re-sign Triston Cassius. We got the money to do so. Let's just give him, let's give him 5 at 27.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. 27.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that. And see if he'll take this at 25. Okay. We'll offer that to Cassius. 5 years, $130 million. Meyer wants 12.8, so we should be able to give him around 12. 150. That's not at all what I put in. That 12,250. All right, cool. Welcome in Gonzalez. I don't know that he's got a home with us anymore. He wants $3 million. I think we're good to just kind of let him go. Noah Dean wants 4.9, 4.7, 4.75. All right. Ryan Fernandez. Yeah, we'll bring him back. It's 1.8, so 1.725. Money's still not an issue. I guess that's the one nice thing about doing this with the Red Sox is that there will always potentially be money, at least in our out-of-the-park baseball world. That may not necessarily be the case in real life, but at least in our Red Sox world, there's always some money lying around. Cam Robinson, even though he blew that save, we are going to bring him back. He wants 6.2. So can we do 5.9? It's 59. Yep, some of these are starting to get larger, but we knew that was going to happen. 6.5, so 6.250. Kyle Teal wants 8.9 million. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. 8.9, so 8.5. Then we got Blyce at 2.6. Oops. Cool. It's a weird amount, but that works. And then Ciani, 3.4, so 3.2. 3.25. All right, so we made offers to everybody. Let's go in, and I'm going to make offers to all of our minor league free agents. And I'll go through and I'll clean up the minor league system offline. You guys don't need to watch that, but I'll dump a bunch of the players that are no longer needed. Personnel. We got to hire a hitting coach. Frank Court, tying him to a 5-year deal. He's willing to take it. Cool. All right. So let's get to some Simmon. Yeah, we're going to have a bunch of players who come back to us and say they're not interested, and that's fine. What is Cesar Santos? He's our scout. No. Okay, that's not good. So what do we have to do here? I think we're about to lose Santos. And we'll, I guess, just sign a new scout because he's not interested in. I mean, making him a GM doesn't serve me any purpose because now he's not scouting. Garrido is our pitching coach. Yeah, I mean, we knew this was going to happen. We were going to lose some people. So, yeah, we've got some pretty talented coaches in the minor leagues. So Kyle Teel signs, get a fan interest bump there, puts us at 95. Okay, we signed a bunch of players. Have we lost either of those coaches yet? We haven't. I imagine that's probably going to come soon. Excellent, outstanding, excellent, outstanding. So let's just go ahead and I don't want to. I mean, we got Brian Cesarczyk and he's probably the one we go with. So we'll keep an eye and hopefully we don't, if we lose our scout. Yeah, Blaze Jordan isn't going to be back. Cesar Santos took that job. Okay, so we do need to hire a scout now. So we will offer. I'm going to offer him a shorter deal just because I want to make sure that we don't. I mean, I'm okay paying him extra if we end up finding a better scout. I don't mind paying 2 scouts. All right, so Garrido is gone, so we do need a new pitching coach someplace. Where? An FCL hitting coach and a pitching coach. Brady North, Anthony Villa. Yeah, I guess. And he looks all right. He doesn't look great, but it'll work. It'll work for now. Let's make that offer. Yes, for sure. All right. Did we win any gold gloves yet? We still haven't won a single gold glove. Ciani finally wins one. Cool. We can delete all these messages. Hey, we were in reliever of the year, so we're going to lose Mikey Romero. That's fine. Noah Dean was 8-7 with a 2.36 ERA. We actually had 1-3. So it's our first reliever of the year. We've had a couple of rookie of the years. We've had a reliever of the year. I don't think we've had a platinum stick winner yet. Or silver slugger, however you want to call it. Cassius signs deal. Fans like that. That bumps us from a 95 to a 99. We didn't have anybody in the rookie campaign. Yeah, off seasons are going to be, I think, pretty. Pedro Grifol wins Manager of the Year. I think the off season is going to be pretty tame, I guess, for lack of a better term. Just because there's just not much that we need to add via the Rule 5. Oh, do I need to go? I need to go into here. Those 4 guys to training. Borges is second baseman, but he looks pretty good. I love a catcher that can rake like that. Nada looks all right. Yeah, I mean, for me right now, it's Capote. Getting a catcher that can hit like that. And then from a pitcher perspective, it was Choa, Chaparro. And we'll get Pohl in there as well. Why not? We have the spots. All right. Free agent. IAFAs. I'm looking forward to doing just a regular playthrough when Out of the Park Baseball, when OTP 25 comes out. To be able to dive into some of these. It's weird playing the game and not dealing with free agents at all. It's just a little weird. So it'll be fun to get back into that. So, all right. Once we get to the new year, we still got some money, so we're good there. Let's go ahead and just up to the Rule 5, I guess. Velo has to come off there. Actually, let's get to we can just get to the Rule 5. It doesn't matter when we do our training. Trade proposal. I was responding to a trade proposal in one of my online leagues. I run the Baltimore Orioles in an online league, and we're in like year 2049 or something like that. I've made the playoffs 8 of the last 10 years. I have a handful of division titles. I've made, I think, 2 World Series, but I'm about ready to tear it down. So getting ready to trade off some pieces. All right, Rule 5 draft. I want to do, before we do the Rule 5 draft, I want to do this and here and that, and we're good there. And let's make sure there's nobody on the Rule 5 that we want on our 40-man, which doesn't have any room currently. Right, because I already moved Mendoza Castillo over to Mendoza. He's up to an 80 potential. Okay, so he's got to start in AAA. I'm going to have a lot of really good pitching here in the really near term. Madugno is probably an option for next season. I'm going to go ahead and stick him on the roster. Yeah, I mean, we got some talent. Cool. Anyway, I'm just getting sidetracked here. All right, I don't know that we can even Coppola, Arias are probably okay to both DFA. Healy probably as well. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe not DFA him yet, but he's probably not going to make our team this season. Let's go to our pick. Andres. I'm confused. We do have our new scout in, right? Yeah, we do. That's really weird. Teagan is on there. I don't care. No one's going to take him. Gratterall. Batters. What is going on here? Is it because our scout is only average on everybody? That's really weird what we're seeing here. Justin Best. I mean, he can hit. Do I have a spot for him? In the outfield, if we were to bring him in, I mean, Anthony would go to the bench. I mean, Blyce is still there. Yeah, we got a Coro, Neely, Sorrell, Blyce, and Ciani. I don't know that we have a spot for him, especially with Madugno coming in. But he's certainly not bad. Yeah, I'm going to ignore the potentials because those are obviously a little bit janky here, but I don't think there's a move to be made. Arano, no. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and skip the Rule 5 for the very first time. It took us 8 years. We're going to go ahead and skip the Rule 5. We lost Luis Perales. Okay, that's fine. We can go to the Cardinals. Let's go ahead now and sim to the next month. These players are both off the 40-man. Yeah, there's something going on with... It's got to just be our scout, right? It's just got to be the scout because he hasn't finished recruiting everybody. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Just getting to January so I can run international again. Yeah, I mean, very high, very strong interest. And Capote's probably the guy for me. Unless we just want to go back into pitching. I haven't had much. Well, I take that back. I was going to say I haven't had much luck in the international world when it comes to pitchers. But, yeah, I got a couple in the minor leagues right now that are doing it. So this isn't a great Rule 5. I mean, maybe I go Borges and make him a second baseman. And I like the bat. I don't know that I'm going to trade for any IAFA money this year. I think we may just go with what we have and just throw it all at one player and call it a day. Yeah, let's just get him. All right, so I think we're probably going to have, 4.75 like we do every year? Yeah. So I think let's just go after Borges, and then we'll make him a second baseman. So let's just offer him everything. See if that's enough. Yep, it was. All right, so now we can make him a second baseman. That bumps him to a 70. Cool. All right, so that's going to be it for the International Amateurs. I'm going to go ahead now and sim up to opening day. So we'll get this season underway. Yeah, like I said, off season's pretty quick in this type of playthrough because there's just not much to do. So we'll get to opening day and we'll start simming. All right. We're back at opening day, and not all great news. We lost Caden Sorrell for most of the year. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's going to force me to stick Michael Ciani out in center field, at least against righties, and that will help the outfield defense as well. We get a full year out of Ron Haskell. The infield range at a 75 should be really good defensively at short. So I think we're going to be good defensively. I think we'll be good enough offensively. So what do we have on our roster right now? 37. We have 20 pitchers. We have to send 7 pitchers to the minor leagues. So it will be Mendoza, Healy, Schaefer, the minimum. Yeah, Schaefer's going to have to be DFA'd. He was part of that initial class that just didn't work out, and that's okay. Are we done with Lesko? I think we might be. Wernick, he's going to be another one who's probably going to have to be. Oh, he doesn't have to be DFA'd. All right. We have 3 more that have to go down. Oh, Castillo and Castillo will go down. He's not ready yet. Lesko. And one more. Is it Coleman? Do we have another? Yeah, we got a couple of lefties. So I think it'll be Rodriguez Cruz. The extreme fly ball doesn't do it for me. All right. So there is our 5-man rotation. We're going to give 100 pitch count to Mason, 110 to everybody else. I want to show you Glenn Mason. He actually spiked here during spring training. So, yeah, he was a 3rd-round pick. Never pitched higher than A-ball, but, I mean, look at his scouting. It's just started about a year ago. We have a very, very good pitching rotation here. Aiden Queen, Cooper Dossett, Andy Queen, Glenn Mason, and then hopefully Braxton Beal. Because, again, those ratings are not terrible for a number 5. Those are really good ratings for a number 5 starter. Andy's a captain with the high work ethic, everything that I love about a pitcher. So, all right, so once Noah Dean is our closer. So I'm going to go back, though, to Cam Robinson. I feel like he's still our guy. I think he's still our guy. I mean, the ratings are still there. Obviously, the postseason last year was rough, but he's had 3 good seasons. 3 seasons with at least a 138 ERA plus. So I'm going to go back to Cam Robinson. We have to send 4 batters to the minors. That'll be Anthony, Bannon, Paulino. We'll start there. We have too many. Paulino has to be DFA'd. All right, that's fine. And then Dawkins or Ravello. I mean, Dawkins is the better defensive player, which I think might be the way to go because we've got offense coming from Antonio Anderson. So we'll send Dawkins down to AAA. All right, now we got to set our lineups. And I think our lineups are pretty much set. Siani's not going to bat there, though. We'll move Meyer up. We'll move Teal up. We'll bat Siani last. Aaron Beede every 5th game. Dugno, I mean, he can hit all right against righties, but, I mean, have him out there once every 10th game. Anderson is our backup 2nd baseman. Play him once a week there. Blyce will be the backup center fielder. Copy that lineup. Actually, we're not going to copy the lineup. We're going to leave the lineup the way it is because let's move Haskell up. Okoro's, the ratings are dipping. I mean, he still can rake against righties, so he's certainly a playable player, if that makes sense. I think, however, I want ready. I want to do something like that against lefties. Yeah. So, yeah, it's not the end of the world. We had Blyce as our starting center fielder last season anyway. So, I mean, that's what we're going to go with this year as well. The ratings, the range has dropped. So he's not a particularly good center fielder, but we'll have Siani come in as the defensive replacement for him. And I think that's that. So financially, we're still fine. Let's get to opening day. We'll take a look at where it thinks we're going to end up. And then I will sim up to the draft. I think this year our pitching is going to carry us. At least that's the hope. All right. Top 100 prospects. We have Ibarra at 5. Where is our system altogether? It's 3rd overall. So we got Mason, who, he'll fall off here shortly. But Castillo, who's currently in AAA, listed as our closer. I don't want him as our closer. I want him as a starter. Viora, who we picked up in the IAFA a year ago. And then Sauer, who we drafted, I think it was a year ago as well, 2029, right? Yeah. He was the underage, or that was 2 years ago, underage guy. Or the impossible guy, rather, I should say, who we signed. And a first baseman is the top overall prospect. Interesting. Okay. Anyway. Preseason predictions has us going 89 and 73. Not a lot of power, only 156 home runs, which looks like it's in the middle of the pack-ish. 3.47 ERA. That's amongst the best in the league. A lot of strikeouts. Got Queen on there. Aiden, not what's the other one's name? Adam. Then we just got Devers on here. So yeah, I mean we'll see. We'll see. And we have is this a Red Sox, White Sox? No, it's a Cub. We're playing the Cubs. All right, so let's go ahead and finish today. See how the season starts. 0-1 with a 2-1 loss. Queen goes 5 1/3, gives up one earned run, strikes out 6, but the offense doesn't do much. All right, so we lose on opening day. That is what it is. I will sim now up to the draft. I'll see everybody on July 11th. All right, we're back at the draft, and we are steamrolling the competition here. It has been a fun season so far for your Red Sox. We are 59 and 30. The only hiccup was a 14 and 12 June, but other than that, we have been on a rampage all season long. Really, the only player I would say that is underperforming on our entire roster right now is Andy Queen. And he's running with a 370 BABIP. So you have to think that'll even out as the season goes on. But, man, I don't even know where to begin. I mean, we'll start with the offense, I guess. Kyle Teal giving us 3 WAR halfway through the season. He's having a great year. The now 29-year-old catcher, Ron Haskell, having an amazing season, hitting 303, giving us very good defense at short. Raheem Okoro is raking. Marcelo Meyer, 2.1 WAR. That average is down. OPS is a little bit light, but giving us a lot of extra base hits. Fielding his position really well. Aiden Queen, he's starting to hit. He had a really rough month. If you look at his batting splits, April were terrible. He hit 197 in April, but 355 in May. Put up a 968 OPS in June. And in July, he has been, can't get him out. 1332 OPS. Devers got 20 home runs. Still doing a nice job out of the leadoff spot. Joe Neely is still hitting. Tristan Cassius giving us a pop. And then even our backups, our platoon guys, Blyce and Medugna, have combined for 9 home runs and about 170 at bats. So they're getting it done as well. Ravello hasn't played much. Ciani, I don't care at all about what he gives us offensively. It's all about that 70, 75, 70 defense, and he's been a plus there. So, yeah, offensively, we've been great. Pitching, we've been great. We look at our pitching stats. Braxton Beal figured it out, and he's got the highest WAR on the team through a couple of months. Yeah, 6-3 with a 4.06, more than a strikeout per inning. His BABIP is even high, too, so you have to assume that he'll figure it out. Cooper Dawson's 11-1. On pace for a 20-win season, 248 strikeouts. Glenn Mason on pace to win the Rookie of the Year. He's on pace to pitch almost 200 innings. Aiden Queen has been okay. Not great, but okay. I think he'll be fine, though. I mean, yeah, I'm not worried about it. And then we talked about Andy already. Drew Conover, who was a Rule 5 guy 2 years ago, I believe, right? Yeah, 2 years ago. Has been great so far, 2.72 ERA plus. Kevin Kelly, again, as a specialist. He's pitched 35 innings in 38 games, only given up 16 hits and 3 walks in 35 innings. That's a .54 whip. the 5.40 ERA plus. Noah Dean is doing really well. Cam Robinson's bounced back after a rough postseason. He's given us a 3.18 ERA plus. Really, the only pitcher who's been bad has been Coleman Harris. So I think we can go in here and go avoid high leverage with Coleman Harris, and we're probably fine. From a prospect perspective, Castillo and Mendoza. They started Castillo as a closer, moved him into the bullpen or into the rotation where he's been good. Got to work on that control a little bit, but he's probably up next year. Mendoza, he's probably up next year. I'd like if that can peak at a 35, he might be a pretty electric reliever. Oh, he's got 4 really good pitches. Double A, we got Rudman. I moved him to a third baseman. And he has been slightly below average, but that's okay. He'll probably be third base, second base, and shortstop. I mean, those are great ratings for a second baseman, so maybe we make him a second baseman. I don't really know yet. Maybe he's the replacement for Meyer. We don't re-sign him. In high A ball, we got Mike Clark. He's doing okay. And then Deegan, who I don't know if he's ever going to. I mean, he's pitching really well, but the development is really, really slow. We'll call him up to Double A and see if that speeds things up at all. Cabral and Simabue, he should probably be called up with those ratings as well. Tim General, yep, he's ready to get called up as well. Rookie ball. Well, there's not a ton here. Sauer, the ratings are okay, but he's still not pitching, and now he's 20, so I don't know he's ever going to turn into much. And then IAFAs, we got Borges, who's up to an 80 overall now as a second baseman. Ibarra is one of the top prospects in the game. Viora, hopefully these guys develop as we move on. So it's kind of where we are. We're running away with the AL East. We have the best record in the American League by about 5 games. Best record in the majors, actually. So we're going to get through the draft. I'm picking 34th. I'm just going to go ahead and sim. Batting potential. What do we got for almost MLB ready guys? Not much. We got a catcher, Tim Frey. I like his nickname, Ice Cold. If he was a little closer, that might be a pick because we do need a center fielder. Yeah, I mean, I think we're at a point where we're going to win with who we have or we're not going to win. It's kind of my thought process. So we're going to plug hoops in there. I really don't like drafting 18-year-olds in the first round. You guys know that. But there isn't a lot of hitting talent here. There isn't a lot of hitting talent here that's ready to go. I mean, he looks really good. I mean, from a hitting perspective, he's passable. I mean, he's below average with the glove, but let's look at pitchers just to kind of see if we've got any. Dave Mitchell. I mean, I think we're just going to continue to lean into pitching. I mean, why not? This guy's almost ready. He'd be up next season. He's got a 75 rated changeup. So we're going to go ahead and throw Dave Mitchell in there. Newton can hit. He might be our next pick. Go to our next pick if he's still there, which he's not. So scratch that idea. Let's go back to batters. It's like not another great draft. Newland could be a lot of fun. Maybe we go with someone like Newland. He could be a lot of fun as a hitter. Great contact, great home run power, great avoid K. He's going to swing it a ton. I may take Newland just because That looks like a fun profile. And he's from Hawaii, which you don't see a lot of. So we're going to take Zach Newland in the second round. Jeff Morton looks okay. I mean, he's a couple years away, but he could be a starting center fielder for us. If Thomas is there with the next pick, I'll take him. I don't think he is. No, he's not. That's fine. I'm still looking at the age as I scroll through here. The first thing I do is look at the age, and anybody that's 21 or 22 that is intriguing, I will stop and pause and look. But given that we're in the fourth round, I think at this point we're probably safe to just take what our scout thinks is the best player on the board. Jamie Gallagher looks pretty good. They think we should take Arturo Delgado. No. I'm going to take Gallagher because I like the high work ethic along with the ratings. Let's go to pitchers. Well, that's interesting. 75 movement, 80 control, but only 35 stuff. Mike Del Bacchio. Sure. We can give him the $3.2 million. Individual pitch potential. Got any knuckleballers? We don't. We got Juan Padilla with a knuckle curve. Screwballs, again, with a changeup that won't develop. Circle change, no. Forkball, no. Cutter, peachy. 6'2", 185. 55 stamina. Yeah, he looks all right. And he's a lefty. Parent, no. It's a sinker ball, right? Jimmy Gentry. I don't like the control. Excuse me. Slider. Collado. Yeah, we'll take him. He was there a couple of rounds ago. Curve. Baggett. Sure. Trying to load up our minor league system with some arms. Jimmy Gentry, no. He was somebody I already looked at, I think. Changeup that won't develop. Barba 70 fastball. He's only got 2 pitches. He's awful. All right. Fielding. Batters. Range. Nehemiah O'Kelly. That's a great name. Jorge Roca. Yeah, I mean, he's got some home run pop. Another player from Hawaii. 70 outfield range. You can take him. The low work ethic is, the low work ethic's not great. Are either of these guys better? Yeah, Chris Grays is better, I think. A little bit older. He's got the work ethic. Infield range, Ron Moore. I don't even care what the glove look or what the bat looks like. I think on players like this, I think we'll go Babin, just because the bat's a little bit better, and he's got the high work ethic. High work ethic catcher who can't really hit, but might get a bump. Well, let's go Jeff Ittings. That's not bad. 18 years old. Gamboa. Yeah, he's 17. Who knows? Prince Kibi. High work ethic. San Andrade is impossible, but I like the high work ethic, and those ratings looked all right, so we'll make that pick, and then we'll come back here. We'll look at some of the high work ethic guys and see what we have left. We got Kevin Burke. Dave Luster looks okay. Sure. Not a great draft. It was just okay. Just okay. But I think we're okay. I mean, I think our top pick is I mean, we're loaded for bear in our rotation now. Which is great, but the flip side of that is we don't have the ability to trade anybody. So if we have 6 great starters, I'm gonna let the AI do the last couple of picks. If we have 6 great starters, that's wonderful. But what do we do with 6 great starters? Like, we can't do anything with it. We can't. We're not going to start 6. We're not going to start 6 of them. So one of them becomes a reliever, which deflates the value. But that's okay. We'll figure it out. Hopefully, we win it all this year, and it won't be an issue, right? And what does Andrade want? Wants over $5 million. Sure, we'll do 6.5. See if that's enough, and if it's not, it's not. All right. So yeah, I mean, we just drafted Dave Mitchie, who looks like he's going to be really, really good. He'll probably start in Double-A. But if he's with the team next year, where does he go in the rotation? Like, he's not going to replace any of these guys. So, yeah, I would have preferred to have found a bat, but there just wasn't one that kind of fit that need. So, yeah, I think we're good. I think we're done with this segment. So now I'm going to sim up to a couple weeks before the postseason, and we'll see how we're getting on. So hang tight. All right, guys, we're back, and yeah, if we don't do it this year, I don't know when we are. We're 98-52. We've won 10 games in a row. We have the best offense in the American League, the best pitching staff in the American League, second best defense in the American League. So if it doesn't happen now, I don't know if it happens. I think this is our best shot at getting it done. I mean, that being said, we do have potential help next year in Castillo Rudman, who I moved up to AAA and then made him a second baseman. So you can see all 3 of his defensive ratings now. He'll be up next year. So we've got Castillo, Rudman, Mendoza in the pipeline for next season, along with Mitchie, maybe Deegan as well. Definitely Deegan as well. Tim General, another catching option. So, I mean, the pieces just keep coming for us. But I'd like to frankly like to get it done now. So let's finish the regular season. You can see we've won 10 in a row here as we get ready to take on Tampa. And then hopefully we don't suffer any injuries. And we win 14-1. 3 hits, 4 RBIs for Devers. 2 hits, 4 RBIs for Cassius. Kyle Teal with a 4-hit game. Cassius home runs 40 and 41. Which queen is that? Aiden goes 7 2/3 shutouts. Yeah, I don't want to sit here and say that I just want the playthrough to be over, because that's not why I'm saying it. I want to win. I want to be able to win this. I did a draft of glory last season, and I don't remember if it was on my channel or if it was on GM Games, but I wasn't able to succeed. Excuse me. The original draft of glory, which was over on GM Games with the Texas Rangers, we were able to win that one. So I'd like to win this one and then maybe move on to something else for a few weeks before Out of the Park 25 comes out. So we've won 13 games in a row. We just continue to hit. We continue to pitch. Complete game shutout for Andy Queen. And I talked about Queen, how his BABIP would settle down and things would even out. Well, they've more than evened out. Look at his ratings here over the last couple of months. So June was that rough month, but over his last 15 starts, he's 9-1 with an ERA of, I mean, it's got to be around 1, right? I mean, he's given up 11, 14. I'm going to do the math. Let's do some quick math here on Around the World Sports. Let me pull up the calculator on my phone, and we'll do some quick math. So earned runs, he has given up in the last 3 months. It's 14, so it's going to be divided by innings pitched. So 29 plus 34.1 plus 32.1. Nope. My calculator was all screwed up. 29 plus 34 plus 32 equals 95. So earned runs, 14 divided by innings pitched, 95.2 times 9. A 1.32 earned run average in his last 15 starts. I'd say he's turned it around. Who knew you were going to get math lessons today? And there's our first loss in 2 weeks. Followed up by an 11-7 victory. 6 RBIs for Kyle Teel. Beal gets knocked around, but it's all right. Our first 100-win season. We're now at 103-53. Madugno. Homers and triples. We got 3 more against Tampa. We got 6 more. So we got 3 more against Tampa, 3 more against New York. 104-53. A 12-1 thrashing. And we're not just beating. We are steamrolling. We're trucking. Use whatever adjective you want. The opposition here. Neely, Queen, Cassius, all homer. Dawson improves to 16-5. Another game against Tampa. It's a 5-3 win. Andy Queen with another solid outing. He doesn't get the win. Conover does, though. Haskell hits his 12th home run of the year. (106-53). Aaron Bede homers. Mason gets knocked out as he hurt. He's got an oblique strain. It's all right. We go to our bullpen and they get it done. 3 games left. 3-1 loss to the Yankees. 13-3 win. I'm going to have to pause here. My son wants to go outside and play catch with me. So I'm going to go do that once we sim through the final game of the regular season. Teel with a home run. Cassius 3 hits, 3 RBIs. Queen is 15-5. Aiden Queen. I mean, this was, I think, the pick that really turned us around, right? I mean, 3 seasons. He's 43-21. I mean, he's been fantastic. He's been so good. Final game of the regular season is an 8-4 loss. All right, so we finished 107-55. If we look at our info tab, yeah, I mean, we had a 14-12 and a 15-13 month in there, but 18-7, 19-9, 17-7, 21-5 in September. By far the best team in baseball. What is going on? Did it take... Take him out. That's not what I wanted to do. All right, this is what I wanted to do. For some reason, it took Siani out of there. Get him back in the lineup. So yeah, I'm going to pause here real quick. I'm going to go play catch with my son, and then I'm going to come back, and we'll go through the stats, and we'll get to the postseason. All right. We're back, and I'm a little out of breath because I ended up doing more than just playing catch with my son. I ended up playing basketball with my other son. So one of the nice things about it being 60 degrees and sunny in Chicago in February is you can go outside and do some stuff. So, all right. I think we were going to look at the team from a statistical standpoint. Raheem Okoro just finished his 3rd season offensively, gave us really, I guess, his best season offensively, right? I mean, highest batting average, highest OPS, highest slugging, or highest on base, highest slugging, highest OPS plus, highest WAR, most amount of home runs, I mean, he missed 25 games with an injury, so, I mean, he's a 30-90 guy with, 45 to 50 doubles, so all in all, I will take it from Raheem Okoro. Marcelo Meyer picked it up, ended up with a 107 OPS plus. Yeah, we've got a player in AAA who's ready to come up next season in Josh Rudman, but maybe the plan is, I mean, Neely's been so good defensively too. I mean, I was thinking about Devers at DH going forward. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. Cash has 42 home runs, 119 RBIs. I think that's a career high in RBIs for Tristan. It is. It's a second time over 40 home runs. He's got 300 home runs. It's been a nice thing to see. Neely with another good year for us. That's his third straight increase in home runs. He's given us 100. I mean, that's consistency right there, right? 3 straight seasons of an 860 to 870 OPS. Kyle Teal had his best offensive season. Aiden Queen finally had a nice, so I guess that's back-to-back nice seasons offensively. Gave us almost 7 WAR total. I'll take that for sure. Haskell gave us 3 wins. Really good defense. Hit enough home runs. Madugno in a part-time role. Hit the ball really well. Blyce in a part-time role. The 2 of them against lefties were huge for us. We needed those bats against lefties. Antonio Anderson was fine as a situational guy. Aaron Beede is our backup catcher. Siani didn't hit, but I don't really care. He gave us 9 zone rating. Yeah, he was really good out in center. Pitching-wise, Cooper Dossett, he's been fantastic. First year was a bit rough, but 35 and 10 in the last 2 seasons with 260 or 462 strikeouts. Andy Queen had a really nice second season for us, dropped that ERA by about 0.7 of a run. Glenn Mason had a great rookie campaign. Braxton Beal struggled down the stretch, and he's probably the odd man out, but he gave us 5 WAR out of our number 5 starter. That's insane. And he probably is not in the rotation in a week. Conover with a good year. Kevin Kelly with a really good year. Cam Robinson ended up with a good... Yeah, I mean, we were just so good. Our worst bullpen guy was Coleman Harris, and even he was worth positive WAR. So all in all, just a great season. So we're going to go to a 4-man rotation. Start with Aiden Queen. He becomes a middle reliever / emergency starting pitcher. We're going to stick with Cam. I mean, he's our guy, right? He is our guy, so we're going to stick with him and see how it goes. We're taking on either the Yankees or the Blue Jays in the DS. And we're going to be taking on the New York Yankees. You love to see that. 88 and 74. They got Serna, Victor Quinn, Carmo Brilhante, and Brandon Woodruff still going strong for them. I see no Aaron Judge. I see a Michael Mullinax. 36 home runs for Mullinax in his rookie year. Wow. Bobby Witt. He's struggled a bit. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we should beat them, right? I mean, we're better than them, but I guess that's why you play the games, right? So Carmel Brilhante against Aiden Queen, and it goes to the Red Sox easily 11-1. 3 hits, 5 RBIs for Meyer. He homers, doubles, a couple RBIs for Neely. We get 5 2/3 out of Aiden Queen. Game 2, Serna against Dossett, or Woodruff against Dossett. Series tied at 1. They beat us. We got a 3-0 lead after 2 innings, and then they came back against the bullpen. Cassius, a couple of RBIs. You know what? That was my fault. I don't want Fernandez pitching really any sort of big minutes at all. Avoid high leverage. We'll do that. Yeah. All right. Well, we got to win a game in New York now. We got our number 3 against their ace, and we're up 2-1. We went 8-3 in 18 innings. An 18-inning affair. We score 5 in the top of the 18th. Aiden Queen goes 4 for 9. Yeah, we only have 4 2/3 innings out of Queen, but Dean went 2 1/3. Yeah, I mean, Beal, that's fantastic. I mean, glad we had him in the bullpen for that one. All right. So Glenn Mason will get the start here against Victor Quinn, and we win the series 3-1. Scored 3 in the 8th, 2 in the 9th. Did a 3-run homer from Meyer. It is a 3-run homer from Meyer in the 8th, and then Cassius in the 9th. And they went to Serna, who actually got the start in Game 3. He comes in relief in Game 4 and isn't able to get the job done. Gives up the home run, and we advance. It's taking on the Angels. And let's take a look at international amateurs. Oh, that's not good. Okay, we got Correa, Squevel. Yeah, I mean, there's some decent bats here. Do that. Only 3 players invited? What are we doing? It is not full. All right, whatever. Hopefully it doesn't matter. Hopefully we win and it doesn't matter. So we got the Angels coming up. Angels were 95 and 67 on the regular season. Middle of the pack offensively, good pitching staff. Mickey Moniak, really? Wow. Yeah, that's not a great offense. It's just okay. Brock Jones. I love this type of profile. I really do. Caden Dana. Looks like a stud. Kanyich. Chris Bradley, Tink Hence. All right, yeah, I mean, we look like the better team, but that doesn't always mean a whole heck of a lot. And we lose Game 1, 6-3. There you go. That shows it. Dana outduels Queen. And we fall behind 1-0. Cooper Dossett here in Game 2. And we lose both games in Boston. Okay. Big Game 3 here. Wow. Walk-off 3-run homer for the Angels. Calvin goes yard on Robinson. And we're going to lose the championship series again. Win 107 games during the regular season. Okay, well, we win 1 there. We win 7-5. Meyer, 3 RBIs. Mason only goes 2/3 of an inning. Beal comes in, pitches, gets the win. All right, well, we still need to win 3 in a row. And we just win 2 in a row. We win this one 1-0 with a run in the 8th. We get 4 1/3 shutout out of Aiden Queen. And he's diagnosis pending. Out freaking standing. Okay, he's only day-to-day for 3 days. May not matter. I mean, we still got to win 2 games at home. We tie the series at 3. We win 5-0 back-to-back shutouts. Okoro homers, Cassius homers, Neely homers, Dossett gives us 7 shutout. So it's going to be Chris Bradley and Andy Queen in Game 7. Can we advance? No. We lose in 7 games again. 4 runs in the 8th. It's 2-2 through 7. Our manager left Queen out there too long. Actually, it looks like Conover gave it up. All right. Well, that's that. So we drop another ALCS, this time to the Angels, in 7 again for the second straight season. And for the second straight season, well, the Mets. So the Mets were down 3-0 in the World Series and come back and beat the Angels in 7 games. So that stinks. I am not pleased. I am worried that we're going to start to see some decline from some of our high
talent from some of our high talent guys. But yeah, we'll get at it again next season. We'll move into season 8, 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to move into our 9th season. We've won the division 3 straight seasons. An ALDS loss followed by 2 Game 7 ALCS defeats. Not ideal, but we'll keep plugging along. And we're either going to win it all or Out of the Park Baseball 25 is going to come out. We'll see what happens. That's going to do it, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. I'll talk to everybody soon. Bye-bye.